Pawan sir.
Yes.
Sir, could you please make co-host to Nirdeshika Tiwari, Pramodita Udas, and Avisha Patel? They are Master of Ceremony.
Can you give me the spelling in to AgoraCon 2021? Or is there any MC they have written?
Okay, all the Master of Ceremony, please raise your hand.
Ayusha I gave.
Okay,
And
and
waiting for others.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It's me, Agora speaker Vinit Chantal, the day lead of AgoraCon 2021 second day. Respected President of Agora Speaker International, all the ambassadors, President of different clubs, keynote speakers, guests, and all Agorians. Welcome to day 2 of AgoraCon 2021. Today's program is divided into two parts. Part 1 is led by Province Coordinator Ruskin Maharjan, and Part 2 is led by Province Coordinator Dr. Mukesh Malle. We have keynote session, virtual tour, cultural program, workshop, and entertainment program. Right now, I'm here at Nepal Academy Hall. This is the place where different programs are conducted. And right now, since all of you are already inside the hall, we are going to begin our program. So let me introduce three master of ceremony of the program. Agora speaker, Nidesika Tiwari, Agora speaker, Ayusha Bakrel, Agora speaker, Pramodita Udas. Now, I would like to call Agora speaker, Nidesika Tiwari on the stage for continuing the program further.
Namaste and hello everyone to all our respected guests, prominent speakers and wonderful participants. Being a part of Agora since 2 years has really been an impactful journey for me, and today to share this platform with all our hard-working hands of Agora gives me an immense pleasure to represent our whole team of Province for Nepal. Well, I am Ayusha Bakrel, an undergraduate business student who shall be your MC for the second day of AgoraCon having today. So I would like to move to the session and right now I'm speaking from Nepal Academy Hall, and for today's program overview, I would like to call Province Coordinator of Province 3 and 4, Ruskin Mahajan. He is a senior analyst in a private equity firm who assists potential entrepreneurs and business in securing funds. All over to you, Ruskin, sir.
Thank you, Aisha, for the warm welcome. Good morning, evening, and afternoon to all. Again, I'd like to welcome to the second day. I'll be your program coordinator, at least for the first half. So we bring the exciting programs where we can learn, share ideas, and whatnot. So I'm speaking from Kathmandu city, which essentially is in Province 3. The first half of this event is essentially themed as Province 3. Now you might ask, why Province 3, why Province 4? It might seem like some sort of promotional, but it's more than that for us, at least. Just like Agora Speakers Club, the international club has gone from an idea to an international phenomena where there are lots of different people from diverse background. Similar to that, we have those essential feelings in our province, in each provinces. And we wanted to share those places, those cultures and experiences with you because you are not able to be present here physically. So because of that, we wanted to give you an overview of experiences while we conduct the programs. The next thing is diversity in Province 3, just like in Agora Club, has the diversity from different countries. If you look at the participants, we have people from different backgrounds, speaking different languages, foods, cultures, yet we are all in the same platform, sharing a common goal, sharing the ideas. So similar to that, this Province 3 also has those kind of elements where different sort of peoples are living in harmony. From the outside, it may look like we are homogeneous people, but we have different languages, different cultures, influence from the north, from Tibet, influence from south, from India, but yet we are living in a single place in a harmonious way. The third thing I would like to stress, and this theme is the natural landscape, the diversity in flora and fauna. Since the landscape of this country is essentially built when the Eurasian plate collided with the Indian plate some 50 million years ago, you can experience the plain hot climate in the south, and just above 300 kilometers above, you can experience the chill winter from the Himalayas. So this is the diversity that we wanted to show you by showing these themes in this event. The program overview, what we can expect from this event is, as a learner and as an Agorian, I am looking forward to the workshops, the leaders from different backgrounds, from different countries, sharing their knowledge via 2 workshops, and that is also for free. So us as a learner are looking forward to it. In addition to that, we have leaders sharing their ideas via the keynote speeches and lightning talks and flash talks. And next thing, we have the contest, which is essentially exciting for us all. And lastly, finally, we have youth speeches, which shows that there is a hope that our world is in safe hands, the future leaders. Thank you. Over to you, meeting facilitator.
Well, thank you so much, Rustin, sir. And now I would like to officially start the program from Bodhanath Temple and Bodhanath Stupa. Bodha, also called Khasa Chaitya in Nepali, is a stupa situated in Kathmandu, Nepal. Its massive mandala makes it one of the largest spherical stupa in Nepal and the world. It is one of the most popular tourist sites in Nepal. So do visit this place when you visit Nepal. And right now, I met Sonia Sharma, an enthusiastic and diligent 16-year-old girl. She keeps her keen interest in public speaking and leadership, and she's delivering her speech on the topic global warming. So Sonia, all the way from Bodhanath, this platform is yours. Sonia, now you can unmute yourself. We are the course now. Okay, so can the host please unmute Susan Sharma? She has entered as Susan Sharma.
Okay, sorry for inconvenience.
You are not audible.
Am I audible now?
Yes, you are.
Okay, sorry for inconvenience. Let me start now. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. One of the most ironic quote from English literature. Hi, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone. I am Agora speaker Sonia Sharma, currently pursuing +2 in science from one of the top colleges in Nepal. I keep my keen interest on public speaking, leadership, and social service. Women empowerment and public awareness is my field of interest. I have been an Agora speaker Nepal since 2 years. This is all about myself. Today, I will be going through speech structure from the basic education part. We have been talking about various issues lately, But what's going on the earth? Let's talk about it. It gives me immense pleasure to be in front of you and deliver a few words on the topic global warming and its relation to climate change. So today, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to share briefly not the tale of two cities, but the tale of two planets. Earth and Venus has essentially the same size, are at the same distance from Sun, and has exactly the same number of carbon. But the difference is, over time on the Earth, carbon has been trapped inside the ground in the form of coal, natural gas, and oil, whereas in the Venus, the maximum amount of carbon is in its atmosphere. The difference is, average temperature of the Earth is 78 degrees Fahrenheit, and that of Venus is 847 degrees Fahrenheit. So, what is global warming? Global warming is the process where Earth heats up and temperature rises. Now, here comes the issue of that tail. Venus had carbon on its atmosphere and had highest temperature, whereas we people living in the Earth are taking as much ground-based carbon and injecting it to the atmosphere, which is a major cause of increased temperature. So, aren't we responsible for global warming? Of course, yes. What about climate change? It has the long-term change in weather pattern in the world. So the point is, as we burn fossil fuel or carbon, we get not other than air pollution, which increases the greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide, methane, and greenhouse gases enhances the greenhouse effect, which causes global warming. And global warming increases the temperature, which is a major cause of various disasters like desertification, drought, storm, flood, and desertification and drought, long-term change in weather pattern. This is a result, right? Yes. Now, as a math student, I can say that global warming is directly proportional to climate change. Once, let's not say once, just 3 days back, I was sitting with my 4-year-old cousin who used to love art. She actually wanted to draw a blue sky, but asked me, "Sister, why is the sky outside not blue?" My dear, sky of Nepal is not blue, it's gray. Actually, sky is not a vast, limitless expanse, it's just a thin shell. The accumulated amount of pollution that is up in the atmosphere has trapped the energy equivalent to 400,000 Hiroshima class atomic bomb exploding every 24 hours, 365 days a year. Just picture it out. Global warming is rising the level of microbial disease, which is a major cause of loss of biodiversity. Cities near to the sea are sinking due to rising level of sea, which is ultimately a challenge to human existence. Various diseases like COPD, heart disease, skin cancer, etc., taking a violent form. Okay, I'll stop talking about how devastating and terrifying the situation is, because I presume that I have scared you off enough thus far. Understanding the impact of global warming and climate change is important to know how it's going so that we can plan for the future. Developing countries nowadays says that we can't go for environmental issues ignoring our physical development. But I can say there are many inherent barriers with these countries, like corruption and bad politics, which is a classic case study of many countries in the world. To sum up, what I mean to say through this speech is global warming is very dangerous and is directly related to climate change, which is ultimately caused by human activities. Hence, relation of global warming with climate change is proved. So we do have a rule. We must start using public transport, reuse and recycle thing, and reuse and recycle thing. So, is per fact, 87% of pollution is produced from burning fossil fuel, 9% from cutting down trees, and 4% from industrial activities. If we can reduce this, we could have no more global warming. We can approach government to change policies for good environment. We can have awareness program to make people aware about the impact of global warming and climate change. We can have forest saving plans, and etc. There are many actually. I would like to conclude my speech in the hope that every individual listening to me today will approach for the principle of sustainability in everyday work. Let's work together and save the mother. Have a good time ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Sonia, for a wonderful speech. Global warming is indeed the major challenge for our global society. I have reached Pasupatinath temple from Bauddha. Pasupatinath is more than just a religious destination. It is a combination of religion, art, and culture. It offers peace and devotion. Pasupatinath's vast area embraces cultural heritage, forest, and water resources as well. Now we have the most exciting part. So I'm pleased to welcome from Pasupatinath Temple an Australian NIDA trained actor, singer, songwriter, business skill coach, Ryan Von Golden, sir, for the entertainment session. He was the Japan's national speed champion in 2014 and represented Japan at the international contest in Malaysia that same year. Sir, the floor is yours.
Okay, I didn't know I was given the mic yet. So, yeah, thank you for that wonderful introduction. Hi, everybody. Can I see more faces here? Let me see my view. Okay, I've got a gallery view. Awesome. Good evening. How are you today? Give me a thumbs up if you're okay. I'm not sure about my internet, the stability. I've just turned off every Wi-Fi device I have, and it seems to be okay now, stable. So, yeah, I like a lot of thumbs, I live in Japan, you all know that, right? And today I'm going to tell you a little bit about Japan. You see, Japan, and we just heard about statistics. Japan is one of the safest countries in the world. It's amazing. One of the safest countries in the world that... I want to go back to my grid view here. Safest country in the world. You know why? Because 99.5% of criminals become convicted in Japan. That means 0.5% of criminals escape. This is probably why Japanese people are kind of shy and don't like to talk to anybody. You can't give away too much evidence or information. But Japan is a very safe country. Looks after people. And I have a bit of a story about one of the people that just escaped, a guy that's gone from Japan. I don't see a single camera active. I'm sorry. I can't see one single face that's reacting here. I'm working in an empty audience. Okay, I'm just going to assume that people are there and I'm just going to keep going. Okay, so Japan recently had one very famous escaped prisoner. You probably know Carlos Ghosn. Carlos Ghosn was the ex-CEO of Nissan. He was kept in jail for a number of times. They would charge him, then remove the charges and create a new charge. So Carlos Ghosn found a way to get out, and he's gone now. He was in jail for months. But I'm safe on statistics, because statistics can really make your life really safe. Statistics, for example, did you know that 5% of the population are paid, 5% of all musicians, only 5% earn an income and get paid. 5% of people drink wine, especially red wine. And 5% of motorcycle accidents are caused by motorcycle riders. So I figure that these statistics are going to make it very safe for me if I drink wine, if I am a musician that is professionally paid, and I ride a motorcycle. I'm in the safest country in the world. I just want to be careful not to get stopped by the police. My good friend in Australia many years ago, Ayumi, she's Japanese, and you all know that Japanese people look very young for their age. Eastern people really look young. She was living in Australia and she was studying. Now, Ayumi loves drinking beer. She came back one hot summer's day and she went into her house. She opened up the refrigerator. Inside the refrigerator, no beer. But she had a very pesky dog with her. And that dog was just really keen to go for exercise and go to the toilet in the park. So she took the dog down to the park and she was exercising the dog. And of course the dog had its business on the floor and she didn't have anything really to carry back the dog's waste. So she put it in a small plastic bag, rolled it up, put it in her pocket. Now as she got back home and she dropped the dog off, she realized that she had to go to the shopping center to get her alcohol. Being a very young looking woman, she was about mid-20s. She got stopped by the police as she bought her beer and they wanted her ID. Unfortunately, she didn't have her ID with her, So she was looking in her pockets for her ID, and so she found that packet and she mistakenly took it out. With that packet, she had the dog's poo sitting inside it. The policeman said, no, show me that, give me that, because it looks like marijuana. So she said, I don't really think you want to see this, but the policewoman really insisted. The policewoman got it from her. The policewoman looked at it, opened it up. It's poo! So she said, yeah, it is. And the policewoman said, well, what were you doing with this in your pocket? It looked like some kind of illegal drugs. And she said, no, I found it. It's lost and found. I was going to take it to the police and hand it in, so you can keep it now. I'd really like to make this an open session and go into extending what we did yesterday with the entertainment. But to do that, I need to see some cameras on. And I'm not seeing a single person active today. So I need to ask some audience to show me something. I've got not one camera active. Okay, I'm gonna keep talking, but I don't have a lot of material past the games I was gonna play. Okay, this game is called Honto Matawa Uso. In Japanese, that means true or false. So I'm going to ask you, with your thumbs, you can vote like this and find out which of these stories is true and which of these stories is false. Okay, the first story I'm going to tell you. When I was 8 years old was the first time that I started to drive a car. When I was 8 years old, I was driving the family car. I had my first car accident when I was 11. Now that's the first story. The second story is that when I was traveling in Europe, I was arrested for drugs. I was in Germany and the police arrested me and they took me to the police station and they believed I had some drugs on me. Only because I asked the German guy where the drugs were. It was just a joke. So these two stories, one of these is true and one of these is false. And I want you to decide with a thumbs up if the first story is true, or if the second story is true, put a thumb up on the second story. So the first story is, I started driving a car when I was 8 years old, and I had my first accident when I was 11. Who thinks that's true? Thank you, Nina. Okay, Sham. Trisha thinks so. Christian, okay. Yep, thank you. Second story, when I was in my mid-20s and I was traveling in Europe, the police arrested me for drugs. Who thinks that's true? Nina, you're voting twice. Yeah, the first story is true. My father taught me to drive a car when I was really, really young. I had my first accident when I was 11. I was driving the family Mini. We used to live out of town on a property. I was driving around a local property and unfortunately I was chasing a cow. And the cow looked across in the distance, and as I was coming through a gate a little bit too fast, I hit the brakes, but I slipped off. Being a Mini, the pedals are very close together, and I hit the accelerator and crashed into a pole. So that's the first story. So I want to challenge anyone here today to give me the same reaction, two stories, and then I'd like everyone to decide which of those stories is true, which of those stories is false. Can I have a volunteer to just give two quick stories? Don't say which one is true or false until we do the vote. Do I have a volunteer? Nina, can I ask you to be a volunteer? Nina is a no-show. Okay. I think I can trust Ravi. Ravi, do you want to be a volunteer? Okay, I'm getting a lot of silence. So I've got no idea who is actually active and who is actually just in stealth mode.
Bennett put up his hand.
I can't hear that. I can't see that. So say again.
Bennett put up his hand.
Okay, can you please highlight yourself, put a spotlight on yourself so I can see you? Okay. I have no control over this window.
I'm ready to be volunteer.
Thank you. Okay. So I'm looking at Binit. Binit, tell us 2 stories and we will decide which one is true and which one is false.
Okay. I have slept whole night to make a single report. And I'm that kind of person who cannot stay late night. Train, you are muted.
Why was I muted? I didn't touch it. Okay, let's continue.
So what do you think? Which story is true and which story is false?
Okay, just repeat your stories one more time, Binit. So the first story one more time and the second story one more time.
I have stayed whole night to prepare a single report.
Okay.
And this is the first story. And next story is I cannot stay longer at late night. Even during this program, I'm trying to use different type of drinks like water, tea, coffee in order to wake up.
Okay. So number 1, you stayed awake all night last night making preparations. And number 2, you are someone that can stay up all night normally. Okay. Number 1, just give me your votes on number 1. Is number 1 true, that he stayed up all night to prepare? I got 1 vote there. Regina? Okay, 3 up the top there. 4. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, okay, second story. He can stay up night normally. Okay, Sham, thanks. Sanjay, oh, there's a thumbs down as well. Okay, thanks, Sanjay. I didn't know that icon existed. Raskin. A few thumbs down. It's the first time I've seen that. Okay, can you tell us the truth?
I'm that kind of person who can stay whole night to do anything. Even during this program, I don't have any problem. Even yesterday, I was awake till 3 a.m. in the morning.
That's awesome. Okay, thank you. Well, can you help me and choose the next person that's going to give 2 stories for us? And they could be about anything. It's as simple or as complicated as you like. So you choose.
Let me share on this. I would like to select Sanjay. Give me the part.
Do you accept the challenge?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you. So give us your 2 stories.
So my first story is at the ease of like 12. We somehow managed to steal our question papers from principal's office.
Wow.
Exam papers. And the second story is I once was into accident and then I just ran away.
Well,
Left the scene. You're muted, right?
can the host leave me unmuted, because it's very difficult for me to watch the audience and keep watching to see if I'm muted or not. Can you leave me in a regular state of unmuted, please? So, okay, the 2 stories are, number 1, you stole the exam papers once. And story number 2 is, just repeat story number 2, please.
I was into an accident and then I just left the scene. I ran away.
Okay, yep. So let's vote on the 2 illegal stories and find out which one is the really illegal story. Okay, number 1, stole some examination papers. True or false? True or false? See, everyone thinks you're honest. There's not, oh, okay. Jackie Chan doesn't trust you. Raskin, no, not believing that. Okay, Bint. Regina, no. Okay, second story. ran away from an accident after an accident. True or false? True. True, true. True, true, true. Excellent. Okay, what's the truth?
First one is the truth.
You stole examination papers?
Yep. We somehow managed to.
What happened afterwards?
It was pretty much confidential, and I hope it still be. No one knows.
I think someone's recording the meeting. Let's not share that. Maybe we better blip that one out when we finish the video. Okay. Okay. I want one more volunteer, and then I'm going to do a new game. The whole idea today, the reason I'm not doing a pre-recorded show is I wanted to test the internet, see how strong it was. I wanted to get into the mood of giving people more interaction. So the second game will be a quicker game and more interactive, but I want one more true or false volunteer. So
Chris is
who's that? Yep.
Chris.
Okay, let's go. Trish, yeah, give us a true or false story.
Okay, I was just having trouble getting a host to unmute me.
Trisha, you want to go?
I see there's going to be a bad echo.
Where's the echo?
Number one. I represented my country in the World Masters Athletics.
Okay.
Number two. I've never been to South Africa's neighbor, West Africa in the old days, or Namibia now.
Ooh, okay. Just repeat the first one. I didn't catch it completely.
I represented my country
Yeah.
at the World Masters Games.
Whoa. Okay. And your country is South Africa.
Yes.
Okay. And okay, let's vote on those two. So, Chris represented his country in the World Games. Who thinks that's true? Whoa, you're not a very good salesman on that story. No one's believing that. Okay, and the second story? And my brain's just gone blank. The second story, who agrees with that? The second story was Namibia, right? And he's never been to Namibia, or the neighboring country to South Africa. Never been. A lot of people aren't going to gamble on that one, Chris. Could you tell me the results? Chris Callahan, what is the truth? Hello?
I'm just
Hello?
struggling to get into it. The first one is true.
The first one is true. Tell us the story.
Oh, I'm a race walker.
Yep.
And I took part in three races in Brazil about 5 years ago.
Okay.
I came 10th, and 8th in the three races.
Wow, that's awesome. And you've never been to the neighboring country?
No.
Why not? No comment. Fair enough. Okay. The last game might be a little difficult because I'm seeing internet delays and things here, but this game is one that was really famous in the 1960s, 70s on radio stations. And the game is very, very simple. You cannot say the word yes, and you cannot say the word no, or any word that is abbreviation or a common slang version of that. So for example, yeah, yep, yup, or no, nah. None of those are okay. And the second rule is you can't repeat the same pattern twice. So I'm going to ask a series of questions to my volunteer. And I think, Trisha, you volunteered last time, but I didn't use you. So are you willing to be a contestant in this game? Trisha, are you on the internet? Are you able to talk? No. This is like playing Russian roulette. Fred, are you available? I'm just okay. Sham, I saw you answer a few times, so I know you're there. Okay, Fred, I'll come back to you.
Your echo is very bad when you have your sound on when other people are talking.
It's probably a timing problem.
Drion, can you hear me? There's a terrible echo.
Okay, I don't know why or how that's working. Does that make it better?
And
is that better now?
I don't know if it's my side or your side, but the echo.
Excuse me, Ryan, if you turn off your microphone when you share your mic for somebody to speak, it'll be great. That it's working that way.
Or if Ryan uses his earphone or headphone, then there would not be such problem because he has some. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I'll just use my space bar and see if that works the trick. Okay, on. Okay, we got success. Okay, I've got 1 minute left, so I'm just going to have one volunteer. Who wants to volunteer for me? Then I'm going to finish off there. I think there's technical issues, whatever, with this echo and things, and I apologize if it was my fault, although I think I've set everything up that I can. So thank you all. I'm going to hand back to the host. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, sir. Now, I would like to pass the floor to Agora speaker Aisa Bakil. The floor is yours.
Okay, so thank you so much, Agora speaker Nidesika Tiwari. Right now, I'm at Chitwan National Park, which is the first national park of Nepal and also known as Royal Chitwan National Park. Well, also a World Heritage property that has been conserving different species and famous for protection of one-horned rhinoceros, Royal Bengal tiger, and gharial crocodile. Well, now I would like to get you all in a tour of province number 3 and 4. So enjoy.
This is our country, Nepal, and we are having a virtual tour of province number 3. Dharara, also called Bhimsen Tower. Rani Pokhri, an historic home located in the heart of Kathmandu. Swambhunath Stupa, also known as Monkey Temple, and has eyes of Buddha painted on it. This province also has religious heritage and cultural diversity. Nepal, and we are having a virtual high and big hills. one of the largest spiritual stupa in the world, Bauddhanath Stupa. Beautiful places and views. Dance performed by people of Newari community, also called legendary Latte dance. This province is also popular for its religious diversity and tolerance. Province number 3 is also the home to country's capital, Kathmandu, and is mostly hilly. This is our province number 3 of Nepal.
Wonderful. What an incredible tour to make us familiar with the cultures, tradition, and people of Province 3. I would like to gladly mention Mr. Avis Baral and the Nepal Tourism Board for their immense support for giving up while making up this video. Now I'm catching up with you all from Begnas Lake, a freshwater lake in Pokhara, Likhnan. It is the third largest lake of Nepal, with its panoramic beauty of a lake in the steep hills of the Himalayas. Full of greenery around, and boating in the lake is surely the pleasure you need in your life right now. I, along with Agora speaker Jackie Chen, hearing from her, Jackie Chen is the ambassador of Taiwan. She is also the co-founder of Heroes on the Fire educational organization based in Taipei, Taiwan. She has set up first English speaking club on Fire English Speaker Club in Taiwan. Let's welcome her from Begnas Lake. All over to you, Mrs. Chen.
Hello. Is it my turn? Okay. Namaste. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jackie from Taiwan. It's a great honor for me to join AgoraCon 2021 with so many brilliant people and amazing entertainment performance. And thank you so much for bringing such great speech, entertaining performance, and beautiful scenery of Nepal in the convention. For the speech part, I would like to praise Sonia for her fluent speaking and well-prepared content. And the topic is also very practical. The content is also impressive. I remember that she mentioned how worse global warming is now, and no one can avoid its effects, no matter where you are, since you live on Earth. So there are so many factors causing global warming. And then we need to think about ways to think about some solutions and deal with it. And she's also very passionate and natural when she deliver her speech. It must require so many practice and lots of time to do it well. Since I'm going to talk about the next part, entertainment, which is brought by Drian, the ambassador in Japan, I have to mention how much effort he put in preparing this performance. And I'm so happy that I have the chance to witness his efforts here. Here I want to take the chance to mention that actually Taiwan and Japan, both countries have brotherhood friendship. Japanese people are very polite and calm. So you don't often see people doing crazy things in front of strangers. And the interaction among the people are very interesting and actually break the barrier among participants in the performance. And that's why it's a great opportunity to know so many talented people sharing their true and false personal stories. Some of the stories are very funny and some are even illegal, actually. Okay, by the way, it's almost midnight in Japan, and Drian is burning his midnight oil to bring us such an amazing show here. Many thanks and credits go to him. As the last part of this section, the lady brings us the most beautiful scenery and many attractions in Nepal. I have never been to Nepal, but I will definitely go there to visit after COVID-19. There are some special places that impress me a lot. Just like the lady mentioned in the video, there's a national park called Chiwang. I'm not sure I pronounce it right or not. Okay, I do some research actually, yeah, because I'm very interested in Nepal, this small country, but why it can attract so many people to go to visit there. So as I remember, Chiwang National Park is the first national park in Nepal. And it's also one of Nepal's most popular tourist destinations. And there's animals called Indian rhinos, as one-horned rhinos in Nepal. And it's they have the in Nepal, in the park, there are a large populations of that rhinos. And then this place also giving the unique animals a comfortable and safe home to stay. Personally, I'm particularly interested in there's a called Paten Dubar Square. That is the one of the three Dubar squares in Kathmandu valley in Kathmandu Valley, and it's also the ancient royal palace. So there are many temples and idols in that area. It's also a center of both Hinduism and Buddhism. But sadly, the square was heavily damaged by the earthquake in 2015. But I believe right now that place already recovered from the damage and back to her graceful bearing. And then also there's a special mountain with 2 summits called Fishtail. And it's also a nice place to visit. Okay, with so many stunning scenery in Nepal makes it a must-visit country in every traveler's list, also in my list too. And well, it's a pity that we can't go there in person because of the pandemic. So I guess my speech is almost done here. And I would like to take some time to show my appreciation to Ravi, Raskin, Sanjay, and all of the team members for making this wonderful meeting come true. And there are still a few days to go, and I hope everything goes well and smoothly. Thank you all again. Thank you.
Thank you for that talk, Mrs. Ching. It was great to hear you. Well, currently I'm at the height of 228 meters as I have reached Kusma bungee jump, which is the world's second highest sky bridge bungee with a height of 228 meters. This high Kusma bungee over the Kali Gandaki rivers gives us the adrenaline rush jumping experience. And with me, I have Mr. Mitch Carson. So Mitch Carson is having fun with me, and I would like to call out him for the workshop. He is the Agora ambassador of Portugal, and he helps people build a platform so they can spread their expertise globally and create profits from their passion and core competitives. He specializes in speaking, publishing, direct marketing for online and offline success-minded companies. He has consulted professionals in over 30 categories of niche businesses. From the top of the second highest bungee jumping, I would like to give this platform to Mr. Mitch Carson. All over to you, sir.
Okay, right now, I could not see Mitch Carson over here. So I think it's better to continue the cultural program right now. So let me request Pramodita Udas, who is the artist for today. And the next we have Smriti Chitra Adhikari as an artist and Shobha Malla as the artist. So I think it's better to add cultural program right now here since Amit is not here. So right after cultural program, we'll be adding the workshop of Mitch. So Aisha, will you please continue the cultural part? So give the floor to our artist.
Yes, you're like most entertaining part of the session. So please, I would like to give this platform to Pramodita Udas, Shobha Malla. Are you there? So yeah, all over to you.
Hello and namaste everyone. So can I start? Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Hello and namaste to everyone presented over here. It's me, Shobha Malla, Youth Agora speaker Nepal. And today I am going to perform some of the Nepali songs. So hope you all will like it. आँखा चिनेको छैन झिम्काउँछु आँखा कसलाई दिनु नाच गर्दै फर्केर आयो जोबन फर्केर कसलाई दिनु नाच गर्दै फर्केर आयो जोबन फर्केर कसलाई दिनु रानी फुले झै साँझमा तिमी फुल्यौ कलेजी माझमा मनको रहर कान्छी रहेको मन्दौ सहर कान्छी रहेको मन्दौ सहर रातो रानी फुले झै साँझमा तिमी फुल्यौ कलेजी माझमा मनको रहर कान्छी रहेको मन्दौ सहर कान्छी रहेको मन्दौ सहर बग्यो खोला बिर्सी झऱ्यो जम्मै तिम्रो माया कलेजीमा जम्मै बग्यो खोला बिर्सी झऱ्यो जम्मै तिम्रो माया कलेजीमा जम्मै आँखैमा गागलो लपके भनबाया लाइयो कि थपके बैसैमा पर्छु पुग्याले हे मन सोधी बरोबर नजानी हे मन सोधी बरोबर नजानी बेकाली हे चोयाको डुबो सानो माया हे लगाउने डुबो नपुग्दै पर्छु पुग्याले हे मन सोधी बरोबर नजानी हे मन सोधी बरोबर नजानी हे मन सोधी बरोबर नजानी. Thank you, everyone. And now over to Smriti Chitradhikari.
Good evening, everyone. It's me, Smriti Chitradhikari from a beautiful country, Nepal. I'm currently studying in grade 10 at Sainik Avasya Mahavidyalaya. Today, I'm going to sing a song, and the title of my song is Meri Ama. बिहानीको किरणसँगै ममताको ज्योति खोजिरहेछु प्रतीक्षामा चित पानी बादलमा हेरिरहेछु बिहानीको किरणसँगै ममताको ज्योति खोजिरहेछु प्रतीक्षामा चित पानी बादलमा हेरिरहेछु आशा त मनमा थियो तिमी नजिक छौ महसुस गरे तिमी छैनौ सोध्नु छ धेरै कुरा तिमी छाडी गयौ बाध्य भई पीडा सही बाँचिरहे मेरी आमा मेरी आमा मेरी आमा
महसुस गरे तिमी छैनौ सोध्नु छ धेरै कुरा तिमी छाडी गयौ बाध्य भतिर सही बाँचिरहे मेरी आमा मेरी आमा मेरी आमा तिमीलाई खोज्छु मेरी आमा मेरी आमा मेरी आमा मेरी आमा तिमीलाई खोज्छु मेरी आमा Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for that awesome, I guess, really fascinating voice. So, well, currently I am at the height of 228 meters. As I have reached Kusma bungee jump, which is the world's second highest sky bridge bungee with a height of 228 meters. This high Kusma bungee over the Kalikandaki rivers gives us the adrenaline rush jumping experience. And with me, Mr. Miss Carson is having fun. And now I would like to call out to him for the workshop. I would like to call him the workshop. The Agora speaker, he's the Agora speaker of Portugal, and he helps people build a platform so they can spread their expertise globally and create profits from their passion and core competence. He specializes in speaking, publishing, direct marketing for online and offline success-minded companies. He has consulted professionals in over 30 categories of niche business. So from the height of Kusma Bungee, all over to you, Mr. Carson.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Well, I'm glad to be here, and I've never spoken in Nepal before, so this is the first time for me. And hello, Nepal, and hello, the rest of the people that are around the world, part of Agora Speakers International. And I want to thank my friend Alexander for inviting me. He was able to attend my event in Speak in Manila, which is already, gosh, time has flown by, almost 2 years ago. He was able to attend in Manila. You'll see in my bottom picture, the first screen here, and I'm going to ask all of you who are new speakers to the most experienced and the professionals to look at every slide. And I strategically chose every slide for this presentation to make sure that I can assist all of you in growing to becoming paid professional speakers. The distinction there is, one thing is to learn how to speak, overcome your fear, structure a speech, how to connect with an audience, how to open and close your presentation, how to motivate them to connect and then buy into what message it is that you're sharing. In my presentations and with my clients, we make sure that we structure every slide has meaning. They're just not random words. I'm a big fan of using visuals. Visuals tell a story, which will then support and back up and emphasize the words that you use in your presentations. In this first slide, you'll see the title is called Personal Branding Mastery. Now, what am I showing in this picture? And we can have a little bit of a Q&A at the end. I'm happy to answer any questions, as I usually do get a few questions. But in this slide, I want to explain very carefully why I chose what I chose here as the opening slide, because this tells a complete story. My audience is people who aspire or are existing professional speakers and want to go international and go to the next level. In this slide, you see a large American man, that is me, standing on stage in Tokyo, Japan with a crowd of 6,000 people. And then the bottom of this slide, you'll see a picture of CNN where Alexander was present, and he has the same interview performed by an anchor inside that was out on field assignment to record all of my speakers at this event in Manila 2 years ago. I believe it was October of 2 years ago. And that's where Alexander came and attended along with another, a group of speakers. There were about 20 of us in total. And then you see a picture inside a radio TV station inside Manila. And then the next picture is proof of me on a TEDx stage. And this is called TEDx IMU, International Medical University in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, a month before the event of Speak in Manila. And I use this slide as an advertisement in many cases, because this grabs people, because this shows, number one, me as an expert, number two, a standing ovation, and number three, international. This is Japan. So I've got 3 different countries represented here. Well, actually 4, because I'm American. Then you show a crowd, then I'm showing a crowd in Japan. Then I'm showing being interviewed by the biggest international TV station, media company in the world called CNN. And then I'm also being covered on a radio station inside Manila with a huge following by a fellow named Chinky Tan, and Alexander met him as well. And then many speakers aspire to get on a TEDx stage. So I'm showing that here. And I would be very appreciative if you, so go ahead. Is everybody hearing me so far very well? And if the host would unmute herself and just let me know, yes, Mitch, we hear you, and please continue. Hello?
Yes, Mitch, we hear you, but there are some
good.
breaking up.
Okay, just want to make sure, because talking into silence is always interesting. So what I prepared for you folks today are 13 rules for getting booked and paid as a speaker in 2021. Now this is applicable to online and offline. I'm located right now in Las Vegas, Nevada, United States. The market is different. I don't have to explain to you about the pandemic. We're all experiencing it. That's why we're doing this event online versus in person. I was supposed to attend this event had it not been, let's just say, sidetracked by COVID-19. I would have looked forward to then attending and speaking at an event in my 62nd country. My 61st country to speak at was the Agora event in Portugal, the first event in Lisbon, where I was invited to come and share with a great group of people that had come in from various countries. I met some of your representatives from various countries around Europe, and there was one nice gentleman from India that I met. Alexander, of course, came in from Madrid over to Lisbon and got to interact with these people. But I have put together this list today of what serious speakers need to know. How are we getting hired? How do I get paid speaking engagements? How much do I charge? How can we connect with event promoters? That's a biggie. How do you connect with an event promoter such that they pay attention to you? How do you stand out in the sea of sameness from everyone else who looks and talks just like you? I'm going to go through that today. Sound good? Well, let's get started. First rule. Being a good speaker is not enough. What do I mean by a good speaker? Someone that doesn't use ums and ahs and comes out and looks confident, shoulders are back, voice is clear, you look great, and you want to make sure that you are different. So it doesn't rely on a simple unpaid presentation. Remember, my whole presentation is geared for the people that either are passionate, and I know you're all passionate because you're here on this webinar listening to a foreigner. And I've been on the stage now for 37 years. That either makes me wise or old, or maybe both. I don't know. Ask Alexander. So I've been around a while, and I just wanted to share all of these experiences and the facts that I know to be true. And I've interviewed quite a few other speakers, a little over 200 paid speakers. And then I put together this report for you today that's going to step by step explain the rules that they followed, which we all must follow in order to get paid, to make money with your passion, to put your passion and purpose into pay. It's one thing to do it for free, and Agora is a great platform to learn how to do this, structure your speech, get confidence put together after doing this a few times, then 100 times, then 1,000 times. I've done this quite, I don't even want to count the numbers, so it's a lot of times being on stage. So you want to, of course, start with the basics, the foundation, and that's why I support Agora. And you're going to get the practice, you're going to get the structure so you can proceed. But being a good speaker just isn't enough in order to get paid. Okay, rule number 2, you must justify your fees and your perceived value. Now, what am I doing with my slides? I'm showing why I'm justified to get paid money. If I'm going to speak on the stage as a keynote, and by the way, today I'm speaking for free. There is no pay. I'm doing this to help some of the newer people, calling that paying it forward, because people helped me very willingly in my early years. And I'm here today to do this to help you, and it's in support of Agora and my friend Alexander. You must be able to justify your pay, your fees, your perceived value must be high. So what am I showing here? I'm standing next to my roll-up banner, which is listed with testimonials of clients that have gone through my workshops, paid me money for my expertise, and they're listed with their photos and what they said about me. Then in the other part, I'm showing a big crowd in Singapore. One of your other speakers that came here, one of my students, Sirius Sparks, co-produced this event with me. And I believe you all spoke to or listened to Paul McGuire yesterday. One of my other clients, he went to my Speak in Manila 1 event and my Speak in Dubai event. So all of this is proof, and I'm listing many of the testimonials of people who've listened to me. So always carry your phone around with you as you do, because everybody does today, but grab testimonials immediately of people who've listened to you, who enjoyed what you shared, okay? Take that down, write that note down in your head, in the chat box, on a piece of paper, on your smartphone, whatever it is. Make sure you get somebody to say something about you immediately, because they're high on emotion. They're high on you. They've drunk your drug of passion, of purpose. Make sure you gather testimonials, not next week, not in an hour, immediately, okay? You must prove you are a rock star to be paid rock star rates. I use this slide because this is what is called my money shot. Write that word down, money shot, because this is the ideal photo for any professional speaker in any country in the world. A standing ovation with people smiling, and you're in the picture showing the crowd. This is a crowd of 6,000 in Tokyo 3 years ago, where I was paid my keynote fee of 15,000 USD to speak there. And I had the opportunity to sell. I'm a selling speaker. I love to extract money out of people's wallets after I impart and share value with them. They get to take away value. You must have a value that matches what money you get. And how do I put that together? Through all of my proof assets, which we're revealing today. But remember, money shot, branding pictures, marketing pictures, action pictures of you on stage, money shots, okay? Number 4, no one hires a speaker they haven't seen. So you've got to have the assets, okay? Today, because I'm on limited time, because we had a little bit of a techno challenge, I'm going to show you one of my reels, one of my video reels. People want to see and deserve to see proof of you on stage presenting you. No one hires a speaker they haven't seen. So you've got to have all these reels. What is an intro reel? If we had time, and because I have a shortened presentation time today, I would have introduced myself not through an MC, someone that master of ceremonies that introduces a speaker, because oftentimes they do a poor job. And I've learned this through trial and error. So what I do is I play an introduction reel, which I'm going to show you in a few minutes for when I put together and sell a sales workshop. Because I talk about a few topics in my professional life. I sell sales trainings, I sell speaker trainings, and personal branding trainings. All somewhat interrelated, but each one has a different introduction reel to pre-frame the attendees in the audience. Pre-framing, write that word down, pre-frame. That's what an MC is supposed to do and rarely does. Let me repeat that. An MC is supposed to pre-frame you and rarely does. They just will say, hi, upcoming is Alexander Histroff, and you know, he's a good guy, I like him. He's got a Spanish accent. Oh, and kind of another accent. I don't know where it comes from, but it's kind of cute, and he's a nice guy. That does nothing, gives no value to the attendees. My introduction reel, which you're going to see momentarily, frames me perfectly. Why do I say it's a perfect framing? Because I wrote the text and selected the images and the videos that support it with the B-roll, which frame me. They are already sold on me before I take the stage. Again, they are sold on me before I take the stage. They are pre-framed. So they have an opinion about me already. I've hyped them up through pictures, through proof, testimonials, and music. Music. We are seduced by music. We are seduced by pictures. We are seduced by videos. It frames us, puts us into a story mindset. Oh, he must be something. He's got all of these people talking about him. He's been here, he's been there. Look what they're saying and doing. This pre-frames people. Very powerful persuasion tactic. Let me show you this video. Okay, this is my sales video that plays before I take the stage when I am selling a sales training. My objective with this video is they already sold on me through proof, through music, through an elevated emotional status before I utter a word. Then I show them all sorts of proof assets, what they can do, and tease them with information, not giving them everything. I give them the what they need to do, but not how to do it. How to do it is my workshop. You understand? Give them some content, make them thirsty, but never quench their thirst. Never. You're there to sell them into buying your services as a professional speaker, whatever it is that you're selling. You could be selling HR services, you could be selling sales, you could be selling marketing, you could be selling technology, the full gamut. The psychology and the strategy is always the same. It's cookie cutter. Well, people say to me on occasion, well, Mitch, my business is different. No, it's not. I've been doing this 37 years. It's not different. Your business is no different. Your consulting service is no different. Your products are no different. The psychology of selling people is always the same in any culture, in any part of the world. We're all the same. We put our pants on one leg at a time unless you wear a skirt, okay? And then you slip both your legs through. But that's true around the world, okay? So let's go, and I'm gonna play my intro reel, and then I'm gonna pause it at the end. Without sales, life and business as you know it would not exist. commerce would stop. Sales and selling are not dirty words. You just need to be open to discovering how you can be an incredible income earner. In fact, the #1 income earning profession is sales. It is not limited to the thick-skinned people, just the ones who have discovered the art of selling without selling. Did you know 8% of the salespeople close 80% of the sales worldwide? How do you become a member of the 8% club? Well, top salespeople share several closely guarded secrets. Until now, unlocking their secrets appeared to have been only for the lucky ones. Finding the right key to prosper, to tap into your potential, has possibly been eluding you. What if I told you it was a formula? My name is Mitch Carson. Cold calling is not effective like it used to be. I used to do it for many years. I used to smile and dial. I regularly felt defeated. Can you relate to how I felt? What happened? I found a much better way to sell without cold calling or being constantly rejected and depressed. I went from an annoying pest to a welcome guest with my clients and prospects. The facts are clear, crystal clear. Sales for most is a tough profession, and most give up as they cannot handle the rejection and look for the easier, softer way, a low-paying job. They quit before the magic happened. They did not know what I will reveal to you. When you know the fail-safe formula, the doors open wide and you are positioned as an expert and the only obvious choice in the minds of your prospects, clients, referral sources, and other experts in your business category. If this sounds easier and better than cold calling to you, let's make some money together.
Then let's put our hands together for Mitch Carson and welcome him to the stage.
Who thinks that's a little more compelling than using an MC who just says, hi, I want you to meet Mitch? I'd love some comments in the chat box. Can you hear me? I just want to make sure that everybody's following so far. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Pawan Joshi from Nepal. Excellent. And I've got yes from Nepal from Raskin Maharjan. If I'm saying your name incorrectly, sorry. I'm an American. Okay. And then is Ayusha Bakrel. Okay. As RMC. And I wasn't poking at you, Ayusha. By the way, I'm saying generally MCs, if they don't have a great background on the speaker, it helps them when you have a great introduction reel. And I'm just checking in. Who thinks that was pretty well done? Say yes or yes in the chat box to make sure that I'm connecting with all you people from Nepal and other parts of the world. I got one yes from Ayusha. If I could get another one, then I'll great. Okay, great. Thanks from Fred Jones in Canada. Awesome. All right. Hockey night in Canada coming up. All right. Next. Rule number 5, media inclusions allow you to charge more. Guys, this is a major key. Media inclusions allow you to charge more. If you can show proof of the press, newspapers, magazines, podcasts, television, radio, you can charge more. Here's the close-up shot, and Alexander has the same picture of me being interviewed by CNN Philippines. The field reporter is there, microphone thrust in my face, and I've got other cameras around. This is also another money shot, a media money shot. And then at the bottom, I'm showing a bar of media where I've been covered 100%. CNN, CNBC, I was covered multiple times, CNBC Arabia, It was in Arabic and they're saying what they're saying, but I'm talking in English. They dubbed me over. The Wall Street Journal, been covered in the Sydney Morning Herald, the Manila Bulletin, full page on the business section, full page on bringing all these speakers over to Manila. Had the assistant editor come out and interview me personally. Reuters Television worldwide. All of this is provable, and I've got the media to prove it. When you have media, you get to charge more. Number 6, fake social proof damages your brand. Nothing irks me more than when someone lists, and you see this quite often, you see these bars, this vertical bar of the media logos that people say, oh, I was on CNN because CNN was on TV and I sat on the TV. I swear to you, someone said that to me once. Sounds funny, but true. Can you all hear me? It says like I'm breaking up. Okay. You want to make sure that you have proof with your assets. Taiwan, can you hear me? Yes, good. Okay, I don't know what's going on with Zoom today. Call Mr. Zoom. Maybe it's Mrs. Zoom, I don't know. We'll find out from Zoom. Okay? Is this making sense? Do you understand the fact that media can help you stand out when your competition doesn't have media? Right in the box, yes. Want to make sure I'm connected because I understand there's some challenges going on with the Wi-Fi. Great. Thank you, Srinivas. Good. We're going to continue. And if you've been in the media, anybody been in the media, please say, I've been there. I've been there. Alexander has been there. Okay, I've been there. Well, it says my internet connection. Welcome to America. It's better now. Okay, well, let's keep going. Rule 7, you must position yourself as a celebrity in your niche. The key to getting booked against the other person is positioning. And if you consider yourself and market yourself as the perceived celebrity in your niche, and it can be something as the greatest basket weaver in Nepal. Okay, it can be I'm the best car mechanic in Kathmandu. However you position you is how you will be perceived. And being perceived as a celebrity in your niche will ensure celebrity pay. Because I'm talking about, guys, this isn't about just overcoming the fear of speaking. Why I was invited to present to you today, and Alexander and I have a relationship. Many of you, some of you, I hope, want to get paid. After you master speaking and become very comfortable and your back becomes straight, shoulders are rolled back, you puff out your chest, you feel good, you've eliminated the ums and ahs in your nose, right? You may want to get paid. And that's what we're talking about, becoming known and getting paid. Number 8, different types of testimonials are required. Now, I was attending an event in Singapore about 4 years ago. It was a professional speakers association, and there were 3 event organizers or booking agents, one from Hong Kong, one from Singapore, and one from mainland China. And these ladies were asked, what do you look for when hiring a speaker? Number 1, they've got to see video footage of the person speaking. What video proof do they have that they can connect and persuade and entertain an audience? So you got to show the proof of you speaking. Okay, what I'm doing today is proof of me speaking on a live cast, on a live webinar, something like that. Okay. Testimonials, people saying positive things about you, matter. Now, what kind of testimonials? I'm going to give you a few of my best tips. Number one, it can't be all men. Women are trusted more than men when it comes to testimonials. Why are females more tested? Or why are they more trusted? And my tests have proved out. Well, who talked into our ears as children? Usually it was our mothers. So if they're hearing the audio of a woman saying something convincing about you, it's more believable. Also, if you have testimonials from a variety of races of people, not just one race, one accent, you're going to be more believable. And it shows that you are more expansive and have the ability to connect to a wider group of people. It makes you more well-rounded. I have testimonials from people from multiple countries. Depending on where I'm speaking, I insert those people. If I'm speaking in America, I minimize my testimonials for my Singapore clients. Why? Because the accent is hard to understand for Americans. Alternatively, when I'm speaking in Japan, I use Japanese people. And I use women more than I use men in the testimonial reel when I'm selling. And I use this in preparation before selling something else. And the testimonials also you want to position and use to whittle away, to cut away at any of the objections and or concerns that they might have about buying into you, your product and or services. Rule number 9. This is a biggie. A biggie, biggie. Mark it as a biggie. International proof increases your local income. I'm located right now because of the pandemic. Normally my home is in Asia, but I had to come back to the US. When I go on TV here, which is soon, I'm going to go on a local channel on live television in about 2 weeks. I'm going to show a mini reel of my international speaking. It will position me in the eyes of the American audience here. It's a local audience. Sorry, you can't watch it live. It's just for Americans in the Las Vegas area relating to an event that I'm producing. I'm going to show speaking in Dubai, speaking in Bahrain, speaking in Spain, speaking in Portugal, speaking in Japan, and that's enough. I've got more coverage in multiple countries, but that's enough. I'm going to leave out Australia because nobody understands how they speak. But in America, I'm going to show all these different countries and put it together very quickly, snip, 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 snip. And it shows me being around the world. And an international speaker is more valuable in the mind of each person who's watching you. They think you're something because you've spoken outside of the norm, broken outside of the norm. Many of you are from Nepal on this call today. If you've spoken in Dubai, your local perceived value goes up. Who thinks that your local perceived value will go down if you speak in Dubai or if you speak in America? Anybody? I'm looking at the chat box. Anybody think it's bad? No, you'd like it. Who'd like to speak in America? Say yes in the chat box so I know that you're listening. Okay. Okay, Sanjay wants to speak, of course, and Raskin wants to speak in America. Great. Well, we'll talk about that down the road when things normalize. You know, Alexander and I might organize something together so you can come and speak in the US. Biden will let you in a lot easier than the former president. Okay, international testimonials, international proof makes you perceived as elevate your perceived value. Okay, this is important. Instead of having this comprehensive media kits, now before I jump into this, I'm curious, guys, Anybody in this group been paid? Please, yes, I've been paid. Write it in the chat box. I just want to know if anybody has been paid yet, or we're going to continue to explain this. Anybody been paid? Not yet. Okay, well, great. There's something called a speaker media kit. And you want to put together a big media kit of all your proof, your assets, as I'm referring to, because in the past, it was called a one-page bio. And one-page bios are out and speaker media kits are in. Okay? Number 11, you need a demo reel of 2 minutes showing your speaking experience. Show a demo reel of 2 minutes showcasing your uniqueness. Highlight shots of you connecting to the crowd. Connection, emotion, people clapping, oh, saying whoa, or laughing. All of those are emotional pieces which will help persuade and convince an event organizer that you're the real deal and you're the right person. Because remember, somebody who selects speakers has their reputation on the line. You need to perform. How do they address their fear of you bombing on stage? Now, 2 of the speakers who you've listened to so far, Surya Sparks and Dr. Paul McGuire, are both students of mine, former students. They're professionals in their own right today. I recommended them with absolute certainty they would do well. Why? Not just because I've trained them, because I know that they're great. Now, Alexander went off my recommendation because he knows me and I said I've trained them, and that means they're pros. They've been through the paces and have spoken around them. Both of them are exceptionally gifted presenters and speakers. If any of you have listened to them, great. But if he hadn't, and if he was putting out a call for speakers for this conference, this worldwide conference, he would have requested a demo reel, proof that you won't bomb. His reputation is online. He's no different than the event promoter that works for Microsoft or Apple, and their conference is taking place in Nepal for the Nepalese market, and the speakers have to be proven. Okay? When the pandemic is over, I hope to come to Nepal. It's on my bucket list of countries I want to visit. Yay, Nepal. Can't come right now, but in the future, I want to come. And if I'm there, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to make sure I send my demo reel to some of the Nepalese companies so I can make money when I travel. I'd like to piggyback my leisure time with money making. You can do that too. As a matter of fact, if Alexander approves, and this is just a thought right now going through this presentation, if Alexander approves, the idea, we'll do a special webinar. We can either pre-record it or do it live about how to run, travel together, because you can't do much travel right now until we get a grip, really a good grip on this pandemic, but it's going to normalize at some point. And how you can make money while you're vacationing. Who'd like that idea? Make money while you travel. Who likes that idea? Anybody? Yes, me, Dr. Pawan. Excellent. Alexander wants to make money. I know he does. Good. And so does Sanjay. Sanjay Gimmery. Excellent. Well, let's keep going. I'm probably mispronouncing these names. Sorry, folks. Excuse me. Number 11, let's go to 12. Here's the other thing the event promoters look at. Your Facebook page, not your personal page, your Facebook page. What are you communicating to the public professionally? Tell me about your YouTube channel. Okay. I have a YouTube channel. My name is Mitch Carson. If you want to go and subscribe and support me and see what I'm doing and my tips, and you'll see Alexander in some of the videos that I have on this page, which will showcase him. I believe in cross promotion, but I would love and appreciate your support on my YouTube channel and or my LinkedIn. If you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, my name is Mitch Carson, and my same name on Instagram. You must have all of these on an engaged basis in order for people to hire you. Social media is here to stay. So you got to have at least Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Instagram in most of these markets. Okay, here's the other one. I was not paid to speak on TEDx. I'm a professional speaker. But here's one of the things that was asked of me quite often by my clients. Hey, have you spoken on TED or TEDx? And in the beginning, I paid no attention to it. I said, this is for beginners and it's not paid. And remember, I come from my time is money. I got asked so many times about it, I decided to get myself booked. I reached out and I was asked questions by college students who ran this event at TEDx IMU. It's International Medical University. This is where the medical students go to school after they've graduated from university. They go here for their specialties to become doctors. Well, I went and I spoke at their conference at TEDx. I was the only professional speaker out of 13. The others were just passion-based about their topic, and it was great. And in many cases, it was their first time speaking, and they did all an exceptional job. I was the only pro, and I did it strictly for branding. Strictly for branding, to now tick the box that I had spoken on TEDx, because I got tired of people asking. So I finally did it, and it was a fun experience. Will I do it again? No. Why should I? I've already got the box ticked. I speak for a fee. The only times in the last 3 years that I've spoken for free was in Lisbon 2 years ago at the first Agora conference. And I'd never been to Portugal. It was great. I got to connect with people, TEDx, and today. All the other times that I speak, I'm paid. I'm paid. I'm in the paid speaking world. Occasionally, I will do free gigs if it leads to something else, or I'm passionate about sharing and giving. Alexander and I became buddies. He came out to my Speak in Manila event. I am more than happy and will always support him because I believe in his mission. So that's passion-based and support-based, and it's a friendship. In the professional world, you got to pay me. Like if I go out to Nepal when things normalize, guess what? I'm going to do a little bit of an outreach to the commercial sector. So if I'm able to come out and speak at Agora's event and share more tips and strategies to the live audience, interact and actually help people, I want to get paid. Is that okay to get paid while I go on vacation? Who likes that idea? I want to get paid. Guys, I'm repeating that because I want you to get paid. I can't get all the money. I want you to make money. You can make money too, okay? Once you feel confident, comfortable on stage, you can make money. The other thing I'm going to ask for you, rule number 4, please subscribe to my YouTube channel when we get done here. I want to, at this point, because we have a really nice crowd of people, I want to open it up with the MC, the lady that's moderating. I've taken the screen share out. I want to answer any questions because I know I'm probably a little different than the other speakers, the panelists that you've had on here. I have been a professional for 37 years. And I would like to share with all of you while you have this opportunity to ask questions. And feel free to ask me in the chat box, or if the MC, the moderator, wants to open people up, raise your hand, you can do that. I see there are several participants here. All you have to do is click on the participants icon at the bottom of your screen, and I will answer questions. Alexander, who is it that wants to ask? And I'll be happy, or you can ask your question in the chat, and I'm happy to answer. How to quantify how much to charge from novice on up. Okay, the first you need to do is, that's a great question, and that's from Joseph. Joseph to everyone. Joseph, you find out if you want to, okay, first you want to go out and say, if you find an event, let's say you want to go, you're in Nepal and you want to go speak in Dubai. I'm just going to pick a big market that does pay for speakers. If you have all the assets that I've described and you've put it together to where you can justify being paid, you would then say, okay, you have a conference coming up. Here's a little bit of the tip. You have a conference coming up on supply chain management by the Dubai Association of Supply Chain Managers. It might be the Asia Pacific, or might be the Middle East, what have you. They're having their annual conference. You look at the breakout sessions of people and say, I would like to contribute for free. And what you can do is have your own session the day before, which looks a lot more involved than what you do for free. And you charge $50 a head or $100 a head. You rent your own hotel room. In a follow-up, that I'm happy to do this, I can explain a little bit more about some of the minutia and the details specific to how to get paid. And if Alexander shares with me that there's enough interest of people to learn how to get paid, I'm happy to do that and share that either in a live or recorded session that Alexander and I can do together with all your questions that are asked in advance. We could send out a survey. All of those questions could be asked, and what I endured from going from unpaid to paid. And the very first event I spoke at paid, I charged $500 because that's what blurted out of my mouth. Now, what that meant was, let me explain how this worked. Somebody saw me speak for free at an event and said, I'd love for you to come and speak to my mortgage brokers up in Seattle, Washington. He was a mortgage broker with a group of clients. Would you be willing to come up and speak there? I'll pay you your fee, pay your first class air travel, your hotel. We'll put you up in a 5-star hotel, and you'll speak to 37 business people. And hey, if you have products or services you want to sell while you're there, please do. So what did I do? He says, how much do you charge? The number that rolled off my tongue was $500. And I didn't know what to charge. It was just what came out of my mouth. I had it was out of nowhere. I said $500. Today, I wouldn't roll out of bed for that. But that was then. It was my first experience. I said $500. He said, fine. Paid me $500. Now here's where my eyes got big. When I went to go speak to this group, I owned for many years in my professional career, up until 2008 when I sold my business, I owned an advertising agency. While I was there, I talked about some of the strategies that I had designed for clients just like them in my presentation. I knew to connect message to market match. Always remember that, message to market match. And I presented this to the crowd. I walked out of there with $65,000 worth of business. I was paid $500, and then I earned another $65,000 while I was there. Who thinks that's good or good? Is that good, Ayusha? Or very good? That's very good.
That's great.
So 65,000 is a lot better than 500. Now, does it always work out that way? No, but it starts. And you got to start somewhere. So I came up with $500 because it rolled off my tongue easily. Today, my keynote fee is 15,000 USD, and it rolls off my tongue easily because I've got the proof assets to support my requirement. I don't speak for less professionally. Today, I'm free. I'm here. Hope you're receiving valuable information. Alexander's my friend, so I'm helping the newer speakers because I had people like me many years ago that supported and guided me in my journey. Now, there's a question in there about how do we start our personal branding journey? Oh, isn't that a big question? The answer to that question is do everything that I put in this list. That's the easy answer. How do you do each one of them? Again, I'm going to organize with Alexander if he is okay with it, and he'll probably say yes. I don't know. You know, he's kind of a strong-minded guy from Madrid. If he says okay, we can detail some of those steps at a later time. Today was overview, explanation, giving you the 13 necessary steps, in my opinion, what I've learned in 37 years on the stage. Now, you're supposed to, at this time, say, oh, Mitch, you only look 37. Well, I'll know that your nose is growing, like Pinocchio. But that's okay. But I've been on stage since I was born. I'm 30, no, I'm not 37. Okay, truth time. But you start by starting. How do you move forward? You take the first step. You start compiling free speeches and you get testimonials. That's what I would reveal today as step one. Use your smartphone, and everybody on the planet today has a phone. It's an appendage. Mine is always with me as well. I've joined the club. Use that phone to capture information, to capture testimonials of people say, I really enjoyed you today, Ravi. I really enjoyed what you shared and came from the heart, Ayusha. And I look forward to learning more from you in the future. So I want to open up today. Anybody that has a question, raise your hand, raise it high. I can't see you, but I want to see you. So Ayusha, please unmute yourself so you can help me with some of these people that might have questions. This is your opportunity to ask me for free. Guys, I sell my time, my consulting. Today you have an opportunity. So Raskin Maharjan has a question.
Yes.
Okay, so now everyone is understanding why I'm always asking for testimonial videos about Agora. And you got to get them, Alexander, right after they've spoken and they're in that euphoric state, that emotional state, that state of sharing themselves and where they feel good, their spine is back, they're feeling great. They just shared and they got applause, support. The emotional component with the testimonial is key. Key. Make sure you share emotion. Okay, Raskin, unmute yourself, please.
So,
Raskin.
yeah.
Thank you, Raskin.
Yeah. So my question is related with the rule number 13. So the rule was something related to at least have speech in TEDx. So a lot of speakers here in developing world or emerging economies do not have those kind of access. Or let's say for me to get to that level is a form of success. So what do you suggest for people like me or people who do not have the access to TEDx? How can you modify this rule to localize or maybe modify?
Where Raskin, where do you live?
I'm from Nepal.
Oh, you're in Nepal. Okay, I don't know because it doesn't say, hi, I'm Raskin from Nepal. So we'll ask the rest as they kind of go on. Tell me your name and where you're from, because I don't know. I'm not good at guessing. My psychic abilities left. So the answer to your question is TEDx is online in many cases today. Because of the pandemic, they haven't stopped. So I would do some research on TEDx online. And there are TEDx platforms in Nepal, I would imagine, in normal times. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And in order to get booked on TEDx, that's another explanation about how to go through the process. But the very first thing I need you to do, Raskin, is I want you to gather testimonials of people in the audience, even if it's your club members that see you, experience you, like you, and support you. I want you to ask them, hey, Ayusha, would you mind sharing your experience and or commenting on what I just shared with the audience? And she'll give you an enthusiastic yes if you buy her a cupcake, okay? People love cupcakes. If you offer some food or something, I'm just kidding. If they're excited about what you just shared and you reciprocate, this is a good starting point. Compiling video testimonials are key, because if you could show that proof to an event organizer, albeit a conference organizer or a TEDx organizer, their thinking is always the same. Am I going to be nervous about placing you on stage? That's their concern. Okay? I hope that helps you. Start with the testimonials. Testimonials will get you in the practice of asking, and you'll start believing it. That's the key. You're going to fix this, because the only thing stopping you from your success is what is in between your two ears. Honestly.
Thank you.
Yes. You're your best success motivator or detractor. Okay? Ayusha, let's get somebody else.
Yes, please don't miss this opportunity. I'm just fascinated by your answers, really.
Okay. Okay, there's Tula Jamu Kumari. Kumari. Okay. Sure, Mitch. Thanks a lot. But guys, ask away. I'm here to support. Anything about the 13 steps that I went through that are key, the 13 rules, you're going to get that presentation. I forwarded it to Alexander so he can share it with you. And I'm happy to have you look at it and grow from it and answer any questions. Robbie, you're awfully quiet. I believe we met in Portugal. You haven't talked today, and I'm feeling very hurt. Robbie Batari.
Yeah, Mitch, good evening. Good to see you. I was hearing every single word that you're speaking.
Okay, but you're so quiet today. My feelings are hurt, Robbie. Okay. All right.
I'm encouraging more leaders to come in.
Okay, good. Good. All right.
Okay, so
all right, Ayusha? Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Mitch, you just said that we should we can just prefer YouTube videos too. So what will be the materials that what can we include in such YouTube videos?
I'm sorry, let me repeat back because the connection is very bad today. You want to look at my channel, the YouTube channel. There is a lot of information organized by playlists there that can help you. And then what I'm going to do with Alexander's agreement, and because it'll help his members, is we can organize a little webinar later when things are outside of this scope, because I'm happy to help because I'm a little bit grounded also. And we'll answer some more of these questions in greater detail about what you need in your YouTube video. That is a big question, which I'm happy to answer, but you have to have playlists, and I'll explain some of the elements that you need in your YouTube videos. And this has been a learning journey for me because I have been a live presenter for so many years, and what you present and share on YouTube are two different things. So I'll get into more detail on that later. Okay. Tula Jamu. Okay. Tula Jakumari.
Yes, you are right, but you can say Dahal only.
Okay, Dahal. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. How can I help you? You've unmuted yourself. Please tell me.
Yeah. The connection is very bad now today in USA. I don't know about others.
Yeah, it could be the US and maybe it's not Nepal. I don't know. But you've got, it's very hot here. Maybe that's affecting things. I have no idea. But I hope
Here,
that,
I think.
okay. Guys, I think my time is up. I don't want to go beyond. And I will answer any questions after the conclusion of this conference. Ravi, good seeing you. Ayusha, thank you for having me. Alexander, buddy, we'll talk once you decompress after this event. I know it's a major undertaking, and I want to thank him again and give him a little bit of an applause from America to bring me in and bring in, two of my students, Paul McGuire and Surya Sparks, who were able to share. Alexander met Surya in Manila, my Speak in Manila event. Hope to put another Speak in Manila event where I can get all of you in the media like we did with Alexander when things normalize in the world. And right now we're in a strange time, you can all agree. And I do want to come to Nepal in the future. I met Ravi and was very excited about sharing the stage with him in Nepal, but unfortunately we got this little problem that we'll have to overcome first. And when that changes, I'll be out there. And guys, thank you so much. Have a great conference, and I look forward to meeting you one day in the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Carson. It was a great listening to you and really fascinating. I just loved each and every tips, and I just enjoyed it through the whole workshop. And surely do visit Nepal, and we would love to welcome you with our whole Agora family. So also I would like to thank all the participants for the strong involvement and engagement throughout the question and answers. So moving forward, I would like to add up the a cultural program that was just halted at the middle. Now I would like to continue it, welcoming Pramudita Udas for her performance. All over to you. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Pramudita Udas and I'm from Youth Agora Speakers Pokhara. Today I've dolled myself up in my cultural dress for this program to reflect the cultural diversity of our country. I'm going to perform some mashed up tunes on my flute, so hope you all would like it. Thank you so much, everyone, for those all heartwarming messages. And also, thanks to my friends Sova and Rogers for helping me in the background.
Wonderful, mesmerizing, and soulful. I guess every participant will agree with me right now. That was really amazing. Thank you so much, Pramudita. You have actually represented our culture really well and proved that Nepal is rich in culture and traditions. Thank you so much. Now, before moving to the next part, here and the part. Thank you.
Okay, thank you all the participants and performer, all the speakers of day 2, part 1. So now we are going to end a meeting for some time, and I would like to request everyone to rejoin on the same link. We are just going to host this meeting from Portugal so that there will be good bandwidth on our meeting and we can continue our meeting continuously. So because of some issue on technical, we are ending this meeting and again connecting the same meeting. So I would like to request everyone to leave the meeting or the meeting will end. I'd like to request everyone to rejoin within 5 minutes.